All right, we are back. What a crazy couple of days it's been for the World Championships. I mean, I don't remember the last time I was this excited about a tournament. Not even the Olympics, not even when I was a kid watching Lin Dan, Lee Chong Wei. I think might be the most exciting World Championships I've ever experienced. So I think the tournament is wide open. I don't have a single clue who's going to win the tournament now. But I know we have some crazy upsets day one and day two. Let's go over it real quick, and then I'm going to redo my bracket, given that we are now in the round of 16, and every match looks like a pretty interesting one now. All right, let's just go through, what happened so far. So, of course, day one, the story of the day was Shiuchi losing to Shetty. I mean, a lot of people saw it happening. Ayush is a crazy good player. He can be really good, and Shiuchi hasn't been at his best recently. But I have to say, Shiuchi made a pretty crazy comeback in that third set. I think it was 17-6 or something like that, or something crazy. I don't know, down to 19-20. That's not bad. That's pretty good. But Ayush obviously played super well. Really had the support of the home crowd. So, you know what? All credit to him. But, it's going to be a tough road for him ahead too, because he's playing Farhan. And Farhan, I don't really tune into his matches too much. I watched a little bit of his game against Yu from Korea. But he looks pretty good. So this is going to be a tough match and pretty exciting. Nothing really crazy happened here. Tanaka beat Wang Hong-yang. I thought he might, but I didn't think it would be that easy. And so it was pretty disappointing for, two Chinese players out already in the first round. That's not super good. So, but Tanaka playing Chou Tien-chen. Chou Tien-chen doesn't look like he's been tested so far. So, it's going to be an interesting match for sure. Okay, Antonsen. He played a really close match against this guy Dicky from Azerbaijan. So I don't know, maybe it was the first match. So I was like, okay, maybe he's warming up or whatever. Dicky looked pretty good though, so I'm not saying he's a bad player at all. But I did watch this morning. I did watch the live stream of him versus Nat Nguyen. He just looked kind of slow. He looked like he was trying to not take too many risks. So I don't know what his game plan is, and I don't know. He hasn't really been playing like this before. So actually, I don't know what his level is right now or how he's feeling. So I really don't know. But I have to say, Nat, he played pretty well. Nat was pretty attacking. Left it all out on the floor, and I think kudos to Nat. He played a good game. Toma Popov, I think these two guys have played together many times. I think I already covered this in my original draw. I think I put Antonsen ahead, but I don't know. I haven't seen a stream of Toma playing yet, so I don't know how good he is this tournament so far. But just given off the standings, Antonsen has the lead, so I think I might. I don't know. Again, Li Shifeng. Li Shifeng is through to the quarters playing Kodai. I think he's had a little bit of trouble playing Kodai in the past. So this is going to be an interesting match. Kodai's been playing pretty good. He beat Liang Jinghao 2 sets. I don't know if that's really super impressive for Li Shifeng. I know he's capable of more than that. So we'll see. I also heard there's a cockroach on the court while they were playing. So maybe no monkeys this time, but a little bit of cockroaches. I don't know. Just saying. This is tough, man. So the GOAT Brian lost to Lo Kian Yu, but he was playing good. He's just he didn't close it out in the last couple of games. I would have expected Lo to beat Lee Chuk Yu, and he did. So Lo playing Victor again. So this is going to be very interesting. I still think Victor has the upper hand. I mean, but you never know. This is like a very drifty stadium, I've heard. So that's why I love a lot of these upsets are happening, by the way. So I don't know. I know I'm saying that for every single match. I don't know, but after we go through these, I'll probably put my opinion forward on who's going to win the next one. Here's another big upset. Rasmus Genka beating Lin Cheng-yi. So Lin Chengyi, I thought he was in form, maybe not so much. So Rasmus is good, but I would have picked Lin Chengyi for sure. So this is an upset in my opinion. And playing Christie, I don't know. We'll see. Here's a match: Tira Ratsekol versus Lanier. I remember when I covered this one in the original speedrun. I thought Tira Ratsekol would have had a chance, but looks like he didn't play very well. I did watch the stream a little bit. He looked a little bit out of it, not very focused. Lanier, on the other hand, was very focused. So I guess just on day, off day for each player. Who knows? Here's a crazy upset. Probably one of the craziest upsets. Honestly, as much of an upset as Shetty and Shiuchi, because I really had Christo as one of my favorites, and I know he's been playing super well, basically this whole year. And I'm pretty sure he had a good preparation into these World Championships, and got beat by Nishimoto. I know Nishimoto, sometimes he can play super well, man. You've seen him, he was the only one that took Viditsar to 3 sets at the Olympics. He played super well when he won the Japan Open a number of years ago. And so we know that Nishimoto can turn it on. He can just go crazy like he did against Kristo Popov. Popov had some crazy saves, though. I haven't seen, that was a very exciting match. But maybe he ran out of steam a little bit, or maybe Angus was playing super well yesterday. Lost to Angus, Angus, he's a bit of an on and off player. He can get, past the first couple of rounds in these open tournaments, but he seems to have a little bit of trouble getting to the next round. So I hope he does. He's a friend of a friend. I've also seen him when I was a kid. I line judged one of his matches when I was 14 years old. So I hope he does well. And then what I think is the craziest upset of the tournament so far, big boy from America, Garrett Tan, beating Lakshya Sen. I watched the highlights of this match, and Garrett just absolutely went crazy. He's like a Li Zijia carbon copy, man. Just he plays the same way, wears the same clothes, has the same racket, everything. And his power was just unbelievable, man. He was just finding angles, hitting lines. I mean, his power was just smashing through Lakshya Sen on so many different occasions. And I've seen Garrett. I've only seen him one time at a tournament in Brazil this year, and I didn't really get to see him play, but I've seen him before on YouTube a lot of times, and he looks like he has a lot of potential. He almost beat Brian last year. Oh, sorry, I did see him at that tournament too. And I do. I remember when I first saw him at Canada International Challenge, and he's playing the court pretty far away, and I was like, damn, because I knew I've seen it on YouTube before. I was like, damn, this guy looks like he's 25. He just looks so built. Everything was just his physical wise was just so matured. And I was like, damn, this guy looks like he's 25, and he's playing classic Malaysian style. And he was grade 12 at the time, or he was grade 11 or something. He was in high school, and I was like, I'm here. I was still skinny back then, and I'm still skinny now. And I was like, damn, what the hell am I doing? And I believe my friend actually played Garrett Tan in the second round of that tournament or something, and he did okay. He got 16, I think. But, Garrett's just on another level in terms of the junior circuit. So, really big win for him today. This is the thing with the North Americans, right? It just keeps getting better and better and better. Brian, back a couple years ago, we were like, can anybody get better than Brian? And then Victor, now Victor's world number, 7, 8? Can anybody get better than Victor? I mean, it's hard to say, because if you get better than Victor, then you're among the top in the world, because Victor's about to hit, that top 5, top in the world contender list. And then now we got Garrett Tan beating Lakshya Sen, who beat Victor in the All England this year. So it just keeps getting better and better. I don't even know where the ceiling is going to hit now for North America. And at this point, I'm thinking maybe I should quit my job and I should start playing badminton full time. Who knows? Maybe I could play, at the same level. Maybe I could beat Garrett Tan at the next tournament. Literally nobody knows anymore. All right, Viditsarn, close match against Dubovenko. I know Dubovenko is not that bad. He beat Li Zijia. So close match. Viditsarn looks like he's in good form. So this is going to be very, very, very interesting. All right. Let's talk about going forward. All right. So, Ayush versus Farhan. You know what? This is completely down, in my opinion. This is down to just pure confidence. Whoever's got the most confidence going into this match. Let's just check to see if they've played before. Versus Farhan. Doesn't look like they've played before. Ooh, okay. Head to head, tight 2-2 head to head, junior circuit. Oh, last time they played, Ayush won. This is literally a toss-up, I have to say. If anything, I feel like Farhan has the edge, just based off the way they play. But Ayush has that home court, and he got, you know, a slightly easier match today, so I think he might be a bit more physically prepared for this one. So I'm gonna go with Shetty. All right, Tanaka versus Cho Tien Chen. I'm gonna go Tanaka. I don't even want to check. I'm just gonna guess right now. I'm gonna go Tanaka. Okay, Anders versus Toma. You know what? I hope Toma makes a really good performance and hits an upset, but I'm gonna say Antonson's probably gonna win. He's more steady in these, you know, opening rounds of these big tournaments. Okay, Li Shifeng versus Kodai. All right, I need to check some stats on this. Kodai. Massive clash, sure. Ooh, Li Shifeng holds a. All right, okay. You know, but this is from, you know, a couple years ago, so. This score is definitely not right. I watched this match and Li Shifeng won in, like, I think this was the score, 8-11. So you can't always trust the AI, guys. Kodai's only won twice. Oh, his has won 3 times. Alright. I think I want to go Kodai. I'm gonna go Kodai. Alright, Lo Kangyu versus Victor Lai. Come on, guys, you already know. Rasmus Genka versus Jonathan Christie. I'm gonna go Christie, even though I feel like Gemka can play really well tomorrow. But you know, Christie tends. He's very unstable when there's a lot of pressure on him. You know what? Maybe I'm gonna go Gemka. I'll go Gemka. All right, Lanier versus Inkalong. You know what? I'm an Inkalong supporter for sure. But I feel like, you know, I don't want to be biased too much. You know, there's some comments on the last video saying I'm biased. I'm ranking with my emotions. You know, so I'm gonna keep it pure. Not about who I want to win. This is about who I think is gonna win. All right, it's Lanier. And of course, like I just said, no emotions in this. If I were to, you know, pick who I want to win, of course I want Garrett Tan to win. I want to see this fairy tale run continue. But I feel like, you know, since he also used up a lot of energy today. I don't think he's ever played like this before ever in his life. So, you know, it's really hard to play the match of your life and then tomorrow do it all over again, right? It's a lot of mental energy that's you already spent, a lot of physical energy. You know what I'm saying? So, and I also think Viditsarn's very smart when it comes to attacking players, right? Viditsarn he's good against players like Li Zijia, right? Look how he played during the Olympics, right? Completely neutralized Li Zijia's attack. I'm gonna go Viditsarn. I mean, he's the clear favorite here, but I really hope Garrett Tan can take it through. All right, I think I'm gonna stop the video here. I don't want to, you know, upsets are happening every single day. You know what I'm saying? So let's just go through this round. Tomorrow we'll hit it for the next round for the quarterfinals. And I like how this is going. Every day, just do a quick update. And of course, nobody's watching, but this is good for myself. All right, these are my picks. Ayush versus Tanaka. Antonsen versus Kodai. Victor versus Gemka. You know, this is a toss-up. I could go either one. I'm going to go, you know, who do I think is going to win? You know what? It doesn't matter. I think Christie statistically, I think Christie. Alex Lanier and then Vidasan. This is another big match coming up. All right, so I mean, every match here is now going to be, you know, super. It's going to be super tight. It's going to be super exciting. This is probably the best World Championships I've ever tuned into in my life, in my whole life. I've been playing badminton for, you know what? I mean, there's a period of my life that I didn't play badminton, but I've been playing badminton for decades, right? Let's see. All right, see you guys.